We are the Traveling Three. As an adventure-loving family of three, we've stepped away from the familiar cadence of daily life to travel the world and embrace the unknown. Our journey begins in Turkey, a country steeped in history and splendor. We found ourselves in the stunning coastal city of Antalya. In this 4-part mini-series, we're going to take you to 3 of the most epic ruins we've ever been to, and 2 stunning nature parks. Watch the entire series to find out which of the ruins you absolutely must visit if you find yourself in Antalya. We'll begin with Aspendos Ancient Theater, the best preserved Roman-era theater in the world. Stay with us until the end to discover some surprising facts about this beautiful place.
First, we're going to go to the airport and rent a car. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a cab to the metro, and then from the metro, we'll get to the airport. But before we do all of that, we're going to grab a little snack at our local grocery store that we've been going to. So let's go grab some food.
They actually have these cool buttons all throughout the city, at least around where we're staying, and you can push it and a cab will come. We've seen people using it. We've never tried it ourselves, so we're just gonna go ahead and give it a try and see if a cab comes.
Here we go. Let's see. I don't hear anything. I don't think it worked.
Push button and wait. Wait for what?
I'm sure it's supposed to make a sound. If it doesn't work, then
Oh.
Hey, we got a cab, I think.
Well, I don't know if that worked or if the cab just randomly happened to come by at the right time, but we got a cab.
Hi, is it airport? Or this one? This side, thank you. Thank you. This side. We just got off the tram and we are headed into the airport. Hopefully it won't be too big of a challenge to figure out where the rental car agency is, and then we can take off.
We had no idea where we were going or where to get this rental car. We just came to the car rental section of the airport and we asked one of the people here for help, and he actually called the car rental company that we rented from. Apparently they're coming straight here, I guess, and we pick up the car from here.
They're probably going to come pick us up, and then we'll go there, do a little bit of the paperwork, and then we will take off.
All right. Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
We're here in the ruins of Aspendos. It was built in 536 BC, so that makes these ruins about 2,500 years old. It is one of the best preserved ruins of the Greco-Roman era, and it is pretty darn impressive.
Let's try to get up all the way up there.
It's made so that one person could stand on the stage and speak with a normal voice with no microphone, and 20,000 people could hear them. So they have passages that actually go under the seating, but unfortunately they are barred off right now.
That's so
cool. They look pretty darn cool back there. You could see how they had like a wooden floor. Obviously this wooden floor is new, but you can see how they built the stone so they could have a wooden floor over it. And this was the castle part here that was built in 1300s, I believe. One cool thing about these ruins is you could tell the different time periods. You could tell like the original stuff built in like 546 BC. Over the years, as different civilizations took them over, they did refurbishments, and so you can see how there are newer parts and older parts. I believe it was the 1300s that they built a palace, which is this right here. they built the palace on the front of the theater. This has been used pretty much, I believe, continuously for about 2,500 years. Even now they do giant concerts in here, and they said that they could get between 15 and 20,000 people in here. So it would definitely be amazing to come here and see a modern day concert in a coliseum that was built 2,500 years ago.
It looks like they are restoring the aqueduct at the entrance of this castle, and we're just out here walking around on an ancient road.
You're walking through a 2,000-year-old aquifer. Was that fun?
Yes.
Now we're at the Acropolis, which just means the high place of the city. It is pretty stunning up here. Definitely more in ruins than the theater was, but I recommend that you take the walk up here and check it out because this is absolutely incredible.
Man, this place must have been utterly enormous.
Yeah, this was one of the richest cities in the area. It was, I think, one of the capitals of the Byzantine Empire.
That's just crazy that such power can just be reduced to rubble and stones, and that's it. Wow. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, wow, look at that.
I think we're on the top of it. Yeah, we're on the top of it.
The paths that they have here are pretty rustic, as in it's all just pretty much gravel and stones, so you have to watch carefully as you're stepping. But I actually like the rustic feel of it. It feels like you've stepped back in time, like a long time, and you're just walking through what once used to be a normal city that people went to school in, worked in, and now we're just walking on what's left of it. The other thing that was great about coming to visit this site is that there's very few tourists. Even though in the parking lot, there's tons of tour buses and taxis and cars. Compared to Istanbul and Urgut, there were very few tourists here, probably because it's such a vast space that people just kind of separate and they're not all clustered in one spot. And we were also surprised by the fact that even in the amphitheater, there was very few people. So we were able to really savor the experience. We were really hungry after our excursion, and there's a tiny little restaurant that's ran by an elderly couple. It's like a 1-minute drive from the theater, and so we decided to stop here. There's literally nobody here, not a single other person except for the elderly couple. They've been so welcoming and hospitable. They're letting us pick fruit off of their fruit trees, and they're just super adorable. I think they have a Google reviews page, which we'll link in the description in case anybody wants to drop by here. I'm excited to eat their food. Oh man, this is so good. These are called medlar fruits, and they're so delicious. They're a little bit tangy, a little bit sour, but sweet at the same time. So juicy too.
I know I've said it before. The hospitality in Turkey is pretty amazing. It's consistent, I have to say. Everybody is so hospitable here. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Yes, teşekkürler.
They brought us some mixed juice, probably orange, maybe pomegranate.
And it's fresh squeezed.
And it's fresh
Yes.
squeezed. Everything
Oh my
here is
gosh.
fresh squeezed.
So good. Thank you so much. This looks like a legit salad. This is legit.
One thing we've been disappointed in Turkey is the lack of good salads.
And the reason that we've been disappointed in the salads in Turkey is because they're very bland and mostly lettuce, and the sauces that they use have very little flavor in the restaurants, but this is on point. I love the tomato and sweet red pepper and onion with the flavor of the meat. Oh my gosh, it's really good. Okay, thank you. The Aspendos ruins were beautiful, the theater is very well preserved, and it's easy to walk around. This is a place you definitely don't want to miss if you're in Antalya, and make sure to stop by one of the family-owned restaurants nearby. Come back tomorrow to see the massive city of Perge, an ancient city that contains some of the most stunning Hellenistic and Roman ruins in Turkey.